We live in a world where there is a lack of organ donors. Blood banks are at an all-time low, and there are hundreds of thousands of diseases that we need to know how to treat. But do you realise there is one answer to all of our problems? Human embryonic stem cells. Are they the perfect medicine? You've probably heard about stem cells in the news and may wonder what the hype is about. Stem cells are the body's master cells. They keep reproducing themselves and generate different cell types. They come as either embryonic or adult stem cells. The main difference is the number of cell types they can make. While adult stem cells can only become a limited number of cell types, embryonic stem cells are incredibly special. They can make any cell type in your entire body. Think of them as the blank tiles you can get in Scrabble. They can be played as any letter of the alphabet. Because of this, we call these stem cells pluripotent. Let me introduce you to my stem cell hotel. Inside is a lift to every floor. As you get higher, you can see more of the city, which equates to the number of cell types a stem cell can become. Our pluripotent stem cells can become every cell type in your body, so they like to stay in the penthouse at the top and can see across the entire city. The main problem with embryonic stem cell research is that the cells start to turn into other cell types in culture in the lab. So they leave the penthouse and go to the lower floors to get a better view of specific landmarks in the city, rather than the whole view. My research focuses on keeping embryonic stem cells as stem cells, keeping them pluripotent, and keeping them in the penthouse. How? Well, the penthouse is on top of a snowy mountain at high altitude, where there is less oxygen. Embryonic stem cells stay inside when oxygen is low, keeping them in the penthouse, and keeping them pluripotent in the lab. At higher oxygen, like on the lower floors, they start turning into other cell types. When my stem cells are stuck inside, they like to raid the minibar and consume lots of sugar really quickly for energy. This is a trend we see in the lab too. Embryonic stem cells, kept at lower oxygen, consume sugar or glucose much more quickly. So I am interested in how the amounts of oxygen and glucose maintain stem cell pluripotency, keeping them in their penthouse, by looking at how key proteins, called C-terminal binding proteins, play the part of the bartender who restock the minibar and control the amount of glucose the stem cells get. So what's the big picture, and how may it benefit you? We could genetically modify my stem cells to cause Alzheimer's, heart disease, or diabetes, identify what's broken, and test new drugs to try and fix the problem. My stem cells could generate any tissue type for study, drug testing, or even therapies. For example, some labs are working on replacement skin to treat burns, others are growing pancreatic cells to treat diabetes. We could even make entire organs specific to particular patients, ending the need for an organ donor register. Giving blood could be a thing of the past too, as we could generate an unlimited supply. So there is enormous hope for embryonic stem cells in future medicine. They could help with so much, from blindness to blood cancers to paralysis. So yes, I believe human embryonic stem cells are, or at least could be, the perfect medicine.